how would you spend the last days of your life? I think I'd go crazy if I knew I had a couple of months left. Like, I'd want to do everything. I'd want to be like, no, I don't know. Sex, drugs, family, Paris, East Brunswick, L.A. I don't know. I don't know where I want to be. I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd apportion the time. I'd lose my mind. What do you think you would do?
I would go to one of two places, either Venice, Italy, or Nice, France. Those are my two favorite places when I travel to Europe. So I would go to one of those places, or maybe I would split the time between the two, and I would party every single night listening to Tiesto and like the music that they've been listening to on the show. Like that is like the best time ever for me.
Right. Let me explain a couple of things. First of all, some of you have been saying in the live chat, what is Anna running the music? She's not, but she's loving it. Okay, she feels like she's partying in Nice as we speak. Second of all, Anna, you might have made a disastrous decision. I mean, how many of your friends can go on a several-month vacation? Not many. Are you going to bring your parents? Are you going to bring your boyfriend? Or are you? And all of a sudden you're in Venice in the second or third week, and you're like, what am I doing? Like dancing to trance music when all the people I love are back home. I'm dying a little bit.
Yeah, but at the same time, well, I don't know. That's what I would want to do. That's where I would want to be.
Right, but I don't think you would do that.
So what do you think I would do?
I think that you would try to spend as much time as you can with family and friends. And that it would, in the end, ironically, be fairly dull.
Right.
And I think that's what all of us would do. But maybe that's what we love the most, and that's why we do it. Right?
And I mean, that question is so difficult to answer because in all reality, I think that I would be so depressed and sad. I don't even know if I'd want to do anything at all.
No, on that part I disagree with because I know, but I know I'm different on this, right? I wouldn't be sad or depressed. I just want to try to enjoy every single minute as much as I could. Because I'd be like, look, I knew it was going to come at some point. Life is finite, right? And at least now I know when it is, right? And I don't find that, like, really depressing. I find it a fact of life. It is what it is. You're going to die one day, and she knows when it is. So at least she has the advantage of being able to take advantage of every single day. I mean, there's a small advantage, given that she's dying very young. I get, obviously, the tragedy of that. Dave Kohler, I want to go to you next. How quickly would you be on the first flight to Bolivia?
I think that's exactly what I'd do, and I would enjoy it.
And so you'd be like, hey, Mom, Dad, I love you, Jen, Kenon, whatever. It was nice knowing you guys, but I'm outie.
Yeah, well, since death is a fact of life, I'm going to depart from my parents and you guys eventually. So what difference does three less weeks make?
So you really, literally would go to Bolivia?
Of course it's a dumb question, and I don't know, but it's a good chance, put it that way.
I love how Dave
But
keeps
I mean, my answer and Anna's answer, they don't make sense, because if we were sincere, why don't we just go now and live there?
Wait a minute. Think about it.
Because that's not reasonable for me. Like if I go to Nice or if I go to Venice and I just party all night like I want to, I'm not going to go anywhere in
No,
life.
you can't party. Yeah, if that's what you want to do, sure.
Yeah. No, but what you could do, and what you probably should do at some point, I don't know if you've saved enough money, but you should go for a week.
Oh my God, that'd be so awesome. No, I want to.
But you can. I mean, look, JR takes off a week to go to Detroit, goes to Tampa or whatever. I mean, look, there was a Super Bowl in Tampa, but why can't you go to Nice or Venice?
Well, I have plans for next summer, but...
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know why I'm encouraging this. Okay, Jesus, finally, what would you do?
Well, as much as I'd want to travel, I don't think I would. I'd stay here and sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I think that's what I do for the past 2 months. I spend time with my family, of course, but also do other things I wanted to do.
See, that's interesting, because would you say to Vanya, hey, listen, I got 2 months left. Come on, let me play a little bit.
Oh.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, see, but that's what girls, like, they don't understand. I had this conversation with my wife. I'm like, does that make sense? Like, let us go.
I mean, obviously, I wouldn't want to put a whole bunch of work into that also. That'd be a waste of my time also, because I'm going to die.
That's true, that's true.
But, I spend time with my family and do drugs that I never thought I'd do, and eventually call it a day.
So you'd try some drugs?
Oh, totally.
TYT, keeping it real, man. I don't know if that's what I do, but I love that we keep it real. Okay. And then Wendy was like, hey, wait a minute. Does that mean I get reciprocation. If I had a couple of months to live, that I could go crazy with Jamal. She keeps using Jamal now. Jamal's a real guy, okay, right, from Facebook. But,
That is too
so
funny.
whoever you are, Jamal, okay, but don't come to LA. Be cool, okay. Anyway, she's like, well, does that mean I can go crazy? And I was like, I think it does. I think it does. Like, I don't think I would feel betrayed by that. You have 2 months left. It's not like we're building a life and we got this and we got that, And if you want to have fun and enjoy yourself, and that's the way you enjoy yourself, I find that healthy and logical.
How much did she hate that answer?
Despise that answer.
That's like the worst possible thing you could tell her.
Exactly. Like, women are like, what? Like, you would think that, see, from a guy's perspective, you go, oh, that's pretty logical. He's being fair about it, right? From a woman's perspective, they're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, we had like a huge fight over it. Is that what you want? Is that what you really want?
Did you guys really have a huge fight over
Nah,
it?
we never have a huge
Right.
fight. We have kidding fights, mock fights. But see, this is how we find. See, we have real conversations like this, and this is how we find out how men and women work.
Right.
Okay, so now you know, and that's the kind of conversations we should have about race in this country, which we do on the show all the time. So, all right, and if you want to email us and tell us what you do, hey, I'd kind of like to hear that. That'd be interesting. TheYoungTurks.com. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it.